I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
I was having a YouTube browse the other day, as we do.
It happens a lot.
It does. That's where we get all our good car videos from. So,
Yep.
However, it wasn't the content of the videos that made me want to sick up. There was an advert that happens too.
It does.
A little while back we did very, very, very briefly bring up the Volkswagen ID Buzz. And
we did, yes, as a new release, yes.
Yeah, we touched on that, and then I shot it right down where it should be. Get it out.
You're not a fan, are you?
I'm not. Don't need a hipster chariot, thank you. It's in an advert, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. It is. It's been used alongside Star Wars, isn't it?
Now are they connecting those together?
The little squeaky droid, the one on the wheels. Yeah. I did. Yeah, that's the fella.
Yes.
Yeah. The moving bin.
That's the fella. You take the top off, pop your sandwich wrapper in, and pop it.
That's it. I think the gist of it is he sees an ID Buzz and thinks it's a droid because it's so futuristic, and I think as well as part of it is there's on Disney Plus nonsense. There's a new series of Obi-Wan Kenobi, so they've done a VW tie-in for that. I think, what on earth is this bollocks?
Oh, they're trying hard with that, aren't they?
Oh, it's just drivel. There's no link up. This is as pointless as the VW Pink Floyd thing.
Yeah,
maybe even more pointless.
It's possibly even more of a stretch than that. Yes. There aren't even any cars in Star Wars. It doesn't make sense.
It's ridiculous. And we got Kaylee sitting beside me going, come on, calm down, Grandad.
Yeah, well, you do get a bit worked up about things, yes.
Got worked up. There was abuse right at the it was like a 20-second advert, and it's a torrent of filth.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. So,
well, if you're not a fan of it anyway, and then they do that.
I wasn't. I'm not overly keen on it because, I mean, we go, yeah, great, well done for doing electric, but it's not that's the issue. It's the whole scene that bothers me.
Yeah, I do know what you mean. It's going to sell.
It will sell.
It's going to sell very well, I think.
But it does come with a downside. Or if you want to tie it in with Star Wars, it comes with a dark side. Ugh.
Oh dear, I wish you hadn't done that.
I made myself feel sick actually doing it.
We're going to have to go to the special room and have a talk now.
What also doesn't help that neither of us are what we would call Star Wars fans.
No, I think, and I know this is a controversial view, I think it's drivel, and I always have.
That's fair. I'm not anti-Star Wars by any stretch, but I don't really care.
No, that's the thing, isn't it? And I'm mistrustful of people who are into it a bit too much. I know that's perhaps a bit rich from me being the way I am about Mr. Bond, but I've never got Star Wars. I have tried over the years to watch some of it, and I just can't. It's just
it sells toys really well.
Yes. Oh, I'm not disputing that it's a big business and it's made a lot of money. Absolutely. As a commercial venture, it's worked extremely well. I don't get it.
I think judging by this new one, this Obi-Wan Kenobi thing, I'm assuming that Ewan McGregor needs an extra few quid somewhere along the line.
Yeah, well, he's got that VW electric conversion to pay for, hasn't he?
I would assume he's already paid for that.
Well, you'd think, but you never know, do you?
You never know. Maybe he's converting some other stuff.
Exactly.
I'm going to assume they've given him one of these bloody van things, Buzz things.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So
I would think, yeah. In spangly colours, yes.
Yeah, he's probably got one of the Star Wars ones that they unveiled. Say, go on, drive this round for us. You can have it for free, but we'll have a bit of advertising.
How are they making a VW van Star Wars? I mean, what are they doing to why? How is it different from an ordinary one?
From what I could tell, and one is Imperial, one is Rebel, so light and dark, and that's it.
Right.
So that's your lot, really. Exactly that reaction. Toss.
Yes, that word.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's rubbish.
That's it. So I just thought I had a lot of venom, and I thought I needed to share that.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. That's
it never needed to be a thing.
That doesn't need to be a thing. No, it doesn't need to be a thing. I can see entirely why they would do an electric VW van, bus, whatever they're going to do with it. Because that will sell. That's, and as you said, it's electric and we need more of that sort of thing. But the tie-up with no, that's a bit desperate. That's a bit desperate.
I wonder which party was the desperate one, though.
That's a very good question.
Yeah.
The film or Volkswagen? Yes.
Don't
know. Yes, that's a very good question. Which one of them needed that more? Which one? See, I don't think the ID Buzz was in any danger of not selling.
No, I think
they need a franchise tie-in like that.
No, I think it's Disney trying to flog this Obi-Wan series or film or whatever it is, and it's
and then Disney don't know a lot about the car business, do they?
No, that's not their thing.
I don't think so.
No, right, okay then. That's a line under that of toss. We don't want it.
Disappointing.
Oh yeah. Shall I? Well, I'll say, shall I cheer you up? This is something that I only found out this week. That was meant to be a thing, but never made it to market.
Is this going to be another disappointing thing that we wish we'd had?
Yeah. It turns out that they were going to make an Alfa Romeo Giulia Estate, or Sport Wagon, being an Alfa.
Oh, I think I've heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen photos and mock-ups and all that, and it looked absolutely glorious. However, it got canned because they decided to focus on the Stelvio. Yeah. And that was it.
That's very disappointing.
Yeah, I was really, really disappointed because you think that would have been stunning.
That would have been stunning. I mean, we've not had an Alfa Romeo Estate for a while, have we?
No, I'm going to assume that the 159 was the last one.
159, I think, was the last one, yeah. And that was very nice.
Yes, but I do have an incredibly soft spot for those, but because we had that, the Spider, the Brera, they all had those triple headlights.
That's right, and the offset front number plate, which is very Italian.
Oh yeah, yeah. We do, yeah, that would have been nice.
An Estate, one of those, that would have been glorious.
That's it. Yeah, if you get the fancy one, Estate, and you just go, "Yep, I'm winning." Well, not winning. You've won at that point, I think.
You have won. They have said they're going to do an electric one. And if only they would do that as an Estate. Ooh.
Yeah, because we don't stop mentioning this. We don't really have a huge amount of choice, do we? We can have Taycan, Sport Turismo, or Cross Turismo, whatever one you want, or an MG, really, can't you?
MG5, yeah. Opposite ends of the spectrum.
That's it. And I think I did see the Audi one, but I don't think that's with us yet. And that's not exactly affordable.
It's not, well, neither's the Taycan, but the Audi one is coming, but it's not with us yet. Yeah.
No.
correct. Yes.
Yeah. So not spoilt for choice when it
I think
comes
that
to.
is it, isn't it?
It is. I mean,
It's it for actual proper estates. Yeah.
because I know we mentioned this the other day. We saw an EV6, and you see them quite a bit now actually. But
Yeah,
we
you
saw
do.
one early days,
Yeah.
and you go when you saw pictures, you think that is an estate car, but when you see it, you go, no, that's just an enormous car. I can't even
It's
decide
huge.
what class that is.
It's well, I mean, it's the size of a Range Rover.
It's massive, but it
It is huge.
doesn't have the sort of ride height or profile or anything that makes you go, is it an SUV?
No, I don't know. It falls into that same category actually, Jaguar I-Pace, in that, yeah, Kia don't call it an SUV. Jaguar do. But I don't think the I-Pace is an SUV, and I don't think the EV6 is, but nor is it a 5-door hatch, because it's too big for that.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure what it is. No.
Is this where they throw it in with that nonsense category of crossover?
Crossover, yeah. But Porsche are calling the Taycan Cross Turismo a crossover.
Which is weird.
Well, it's weird because it's an estate that they've made ride slightly higher and put some additional plastic trim on.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would have the Cross Turismo over the Sport Turismo.
No, I can't see a genuine reason for doing that at all.
I don't see a reason why the Cross Turismo exists, really.
No.
Because you've got the Taycan Saloon, and then you've got the Sport Turismo estate version of that saloon. The Cross Turismo, it's not high enough to be an off-roader.
I don't know.
I'm a bit. I don't quite know why they've done that.
It is weird, but I have seen them on the road.
Yeah, so have I. They are out there. Yeah,
which is.
I've even seen one round here, which is
Yeah, I'm assuming maybe some of it's impatience. Maybe someone went, well, I do want the estate, but I'll live with a bit of plastic trim. It'll do me.
The Cross Turismo came out before the Sport Turismo. We didn't know the Sport Turismo was coming.
No, this is it. Yeah.
If you really wanted a Taycan estate, you'd have gone for that as soon as it came out.
Yes, and then there you go. Then that's why they've sold.
Then they'll have turned up with the Sport Turismo, and you'd have thought, "Oh, bugger! I've bought the wrong one."
That's it. Yep, they'll be back in the showroom second hand now.
They will. Yes, I would not go for that. I wouldn't even consider the Cross Turismo. I'd go for the Sport Turismo. Absolutely.
Yep. Well, we said this. That's it. You go Sport Turismo, GTS, all done.
All done at that.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, we are not overdone with electric estate cars, I'm sure, but we're not overdone with estate cars. Regardless of what fuels them. So.
No, that's it. You've got your German stuff. I did see a little whisper that BMW as a bit of a last hurrah, there will be an M3 Touring coming soon.
Oh, I read something about that. Yes,
but it will have that front end.
Yeah, that is disappointing, isn't it?
Yeah. So
the saloon doors, as I've decided to call them. Yes.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's a very polite way of putting it, isn't it?
I thought so.
Yeah, yes. That's it. But we all know what you mean. Hideous.
Yeah, horrible. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
No. They can shove that, and no one ever thought we'd start the hashtag of bring back Bangle. So,
no. Although the what have they called it? Is it the i4M something or other? It's
not a clue, mate.
it's the first electric M car.
Oh, that one.
It's based on the 4 Series.
I know the one you mean. Actually, yes. Not got glowing reviews.
Well, it's
kind
of got both. It's kind of got awful reviews, and it's also had some really good reviews. It's had both.
Well, it's a difficult one, isn't it? Because if you look at it as a car in general and go, it's good tech, that works. If you look at it as an M car, go, that's a bit
Oh, I'm not sure it's an M car. No. I'm not sure it should be wearing that badge.
That's the bit that's torn people, isn't it? Yeah. We go, all right, this is quite good, but don't call it that.
I think because it's fast, because it's electric. I think that's why they've called it an M car. But all electric cars are really fast. So
yes,
it doesn't really, that's not enough to make it an M car, I don't think.
It's not, and you think, all right, we criticise the way that BMWs look at the moment, regardless of what's powering them. But I mean, we're saying this with absolutely no first-hand experience, but all the people we know and love, who we trust their word on driving dynamics and what a car feels like, they say that the modern day M cars that are internal combustion are actually really good. Styling, that challenges you, but the driving dynamics of the i4M, I think that's what you said, isn't it? It's
an i4M something, M200 or something like that.
Okay, they said the driving dynamics are not there.
Yeah. I must admit, the positive reviews I've seen of it are people looking at it in terms of range and how fast does it charge and the sort of more practical elements of it. The people who are looking at it from a point of view, as you say, as a driving machine, are not so keen. It comes with a lot of expectation putting that M badge on it.
Yeah. I think it was. I think it rushed.
Yes,
as simple as.
I think they were. The marketing men were too keen to have the first electric M car, rather than actually waiting until they had actually made the first electric M car.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the problem is it cheapens the brand, doesn't it? Because the M just becomes a trim level for them to sell.
Yeah.
That would be a shame.
That's what it is in this instance, which is they need to backpedal and sort this out sharpish.
Yeah. Don't call it M, just call it the i4 and then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because it's not a bad car, but it's not an M car.
No, that's it. That's the only issue, really. But there we go. That's, dumbasses. That's what they are.
I think you've covered it there, yes.
Yeah.
There's a YouTube channel I follow, a young lady called Becky Evans. I don't know if you've come across her.
I've not.
Okay. She is... she's beginning to appear on proper television, actually, but she's like she's not a racing driver, but she's like track driver, drift driver, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
She also does a lot of presenting and commentating and things like that. Anyway, she hardcore petrol head, 911 girl, BMW M3 girl, classic 911 girl.
Jesus.
She has got. You need to check out her channel. She has been given an i4M as a long-term press car.
Okay.
Her first electric car, and she's had a number of M cars in the past, so she knows what she's talking about when it comes to an M car.
Yeah.
And she's got this i4M, I think, for 6 months. To use as her daily. So I think that's going to be very interesting to get her thoughts on it.
Yep, that'll definitely be worth a watch, won't it?
Check her out. Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent.
Whilst we're on the subject of sporty saloons, there's a new edition of the Polestar 2.
Oh, is there? I missed that entirely.
Yes, the BST edition 270. I have no idea what that means.
BST, all right.
Yes, it's a new performance version of the Polestar 2. It looks like it means business. They have given it some stripes, which is perhaps a bit of a shame. 4.2 seconds to 60. 69 brake horsepower.
Sorry, how much horsepower?
How much? 469.
Okay, right, yeah. I'm sorry, I missed the first digit.
It's quite a mean looking thing.
I've just found a picture. That's all right.
Yeah, it is. Based on what is already a very good car by all accounts.
Supposedly so. You see them more and more often now. They are becoming quite popular.
You do. They are indeed. The thing I really like about that is that it's a hatchback, even though it
Yes.
looks like a saloon. I
No,
really
no,
like that.
it is actually a hatch, and
Yeah, it is.
that's to be commended because
Mm.
that's probably where Model 3 falls a bit short, isn't it?
That is where Model 3 falls a bit short. If you want that kind of form factor, you have to pay less, which of course is much bigger and much more expensive. So I really like that. The fact that it's a hatchback might convince me to choose one of those over a Model 3 if I was in the market for such a thing at this present time.
Yeah, that might be a clincher, mightn't it?
Might be.
And dare I mean, I know people do get a bit touchy when you diss a 3, but that Polestar 2 does look better as well.
Well, that's subjective.
Well, on a
I'm not.
personal level, I do think that.
I'm not convinced of that. I have to say.
All right.
I never have been convinced about the looks of the Polestar, but it has grown on me, and I like to think I get a little bit more leeway when I do criticise a Tesla because I have had one. So
Yeah, that's all right. You're allowed to have a little go. You've had first-hand experience, and
I yes, indeed, but I would seriously consider a Polestar 2. I really would. It would be high on the list.
yeah, it is. It's right up there with
Yeah.
not only the 3 but the Korean offerings as well, because we've got quite a few in that sort of ballpark.
We have such a shame that Kia EV6 is so massive.
But like we've said
that would
before,
have a lot going for it if it wasn't.
yeah, I mean, what we've said before is because it's the 6, I'm assuming the lower numbers are going to come, and that'll be the good stuff.
Hopefully, yeah. If we could have that, but like at sort of on the photocopier at about 60%.
Oh yeah,
I think we'd have something then.
Yeah, I think that's
I
about
don't
right.
want something that enormous.
Yeah, because that ain't going to fit anywhere around here.
It's not. The Model S didn't.
Nope.
No, as we know, and that wouldn't either. But no, the new performance version of the Polestar 2. We're right up to date there.
Lovely. I'd have one. I like the look of that. Sold.
I like the look of that. Yeah, that's cracking. I was just seeing if there are any prices here, but I can't see any.
No, is it not? Has it not been like officially released yet? This is just a little teaser.
Well, it's on the Polestar website. Oh no, there is. Well, it's not out yet. It will not be made in huge numbers, but it will be £68,900.
I mean, it sounds a lot, but it will still sell.
That is less than a Model 3 performance, just.
Okay, well they've priced that very carefully, haven't they?
Yeah, that has always and continues to go head to head with the 3.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean,
well, Model 3 performance or one of those would be a tough choice. I think.
And it's good that they've positioned it at that point in the market because it keeps everyone on their toes, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. You don't want anybody to dominate the way that Tesla have for a while. I think it's good. And Elon's the first to praise other car manufacturers' offerings. I mean, he's been on Twitter saying, please buy an electric car. If you don't want a Tesla, that's fine, but please consider a Polestar or a Jaguar or a Renault or whatever. He's first to praise when other manufacturers do something good. And Polestar's really up there.
Very good.
I approve.
It's
Stuff and Waffle approved.
Oh, good. Should we send them a little logo for it?
I think we should. Yeah, they could etch that in somewhere, couldn't they? Yeah.
I'll email them. Don't worry, it's fine. I'll sort that.
You get that sort of a bit of branding. I mean, it's going to shift cars, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Of course it is. They'll fly out the showroom. Then the commission will come in, and that's it. Then the ball's rolling, then, isn't it?
The only slight problem is our new logo is a Mustang.
It is. Yeah, that is an issue.
There's no dressing that up. That's going to be a problem.
That's fine. I mean, I'll tell you what. I'll redraw it to make it a Polestar for him. Not bother.
Oh, ideal.
Yeah, we'll sweeten the deal. Yeah. I'll
Good.
I'll even shoehorn the stripes in for that particular BST, whatever thing you said
You
it was
should.
called. Yeah,
That. Yeah.
yeah, that.
Excellent.
Right. Well, where did we sit on about the other day? That was it. Complete tangent.
Mhm.
Remember I said the Mini came back and I was enjoying it, and
Yes.
all is well. All is still well.
Yes.
I've not. This isn't a horror story or anything, but
Is that right?
no. Like I said to you though, I said right, really must crack on and get this sorted.
Yes.
But time is always a factor, I'm afraid.
It is.
However, I have bought all the bits now.
Okay, well, that's a step forward.
Yeah,
Very
that
good.
is a start. Yep. Chuck some tires on it this week as well.
Excellent. Oh, that'll help.
Yeah, so I thought, right, get that done because that's the bit I can't do myself. So
Yes.
we'll get some new rubber bits on it, and yeah,
Oh.
we're sort of just go for a complete overhaul. We've got all the service parts. Going to go have a complete coolant change as well.
Okay.
Complete
Yeah.
flush of clutch fluid, brake fluid. New discs and pads for the front as well. Gonna have at it.
Oh, superb.
Yes. Well, why not?
Yeah, why not? Absolutely. Yeah, get it sorted because they are cracking little cars.
That's it. Yeah, got some nice new mats for inside as well.
Oh, you're really going for it.
Yeah, that's it. It's been sat there a little while. It'll now have it. Like I said, time is a factor, but we will squeeze it in somewhere.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, and some of these bits I might, some of it I can sort of do ad hoc. Some of it's not very time consuming, and other bits we'll just try and pick a moment in time when the world isn't on the shoulders.
Yes, I'm sure you'll find the right moment.
Yes, but yeah, I'll tell you what, when it occurs, I'll put some photos up and everyone can see. It's well, I wouldn't even say nurse back to health because it's actually all right. It just needs a little bit of attention. That's all.
Yeah, just need to bring him back a little bit, doesn't it? But yeah,
Oh,
they're cracking cars. I really like them. I
Mm.
approve of you having that enormously.
Well, you could I'll tell you what. Once it's done, I'll nip round in it, and you can approve enormously of it when it's.
Please do. Please, you still haven't had a proper poke about with the Puma.
No, this is pathetic, isn't it?
We need a little spin in that as well.
We do. Yes, we honestly, it's like I said, we live. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say pissing distance, but not very far.
No, we can genuinely call it just down the road, I think.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, still haven't done that. We are utterly useless.
We are absolutely useless. Yes.
I mean, we're organised enough to do this, and you can get it all out there with all the stuff that comes with it. But yeah, anything else, useless.
That's about the limit, though, isn't it? Yeah.
We are stretched at that point. Gone right? No, that's it. We've used up all of the reserve tanks getting this done.
Yeah, and that's it then. Yeah, done.
Yes, that's it. I can see why. Well, without naming other podcasters or content creators, there does seem to be someone very organised behind the scenes.
Yes, and it's not always the people that we hear on the actual podcast.
No, or people indeed who give a toss about the content that's contained within the podcast or YouTube videos or whatever. No, it's
you've got to be on
running the show. Yeah,
you've got to be on it.
Yeah, and we don't have one of those. Funnily enough,
no, it's just us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, mainly you, in fact, because other than this and the occasional article, I don't do a great deal to contribute. But
well, no, but I mean, I enjoy doing the other bits and bobs because it's so. The day job is. I mean, there are crossover bits, but it's so different that it's refreshing.
Absolutely.
Yes, I don't have customers in my ear badgering me about podcast episodes. That's lovely. I like that.
Yes, it is something you can just sit and get on with.
Yeah,
so I can see the traction of that.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, there's a few hours here and there that I can just headphones on in my own little world. Happy days.
Happy days listening to us gibber on about nonsense.
Oh yeah, well we do. but that's
Yeah,
still being downloaded, so I'll have it.
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if people are enjoying this stuff that we churn out, we'll
Yeah.
keep making it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Don't know why, but best not to question that. We've said that before.
Oh, I think we don't want to look too deep there, do we?
No. Never peek behind the curtain on that one. Did you see today, in fact, that there was, the Porsche resto modding scene that's quite popular.
It is.
However, there's a different angle on it today. Someone is resto modding a 928.
I did see this. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
what do you think? What did you think of that?
I thought that looked. What's the word?
Dirty.
I thought. Yeah, I thought I liked it. I thought they'd taken a car that already looked very futuristic, and they've managed to go a little bit further with it without spoiling it.
Oh yeah. They just have accentuated it.
Yeah, I think they possibly have. Yeah.
And of all things, the interior. Good heavens.
That's very naughty, isn't it?
Pornography.
Yeah, well, yes. Because it's one of those cars that when I read the headline that somebody had at one of those, I thought, oh no, because that was such a lovely design. Please don't ruin it. And then I looked at the pictures and I thought, oh, that's a relief. They've
just treated that quite nicely. I think. I mean,
I think they might have.
No, it's quite. I mean, it is different. It's really noticeably different, but it's always very pleasant.
Yeah, doing a good job on that.
Yeah. Yes. So what are we saying that there's one each on that? Is it?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's good because that is. Yeah, was not expecting it. That was just one of those things where you're just having a quick skim on the phone. You went, "Whoa, that's good."
Yes, absolutely.
That'll do me.
A reimagined V8 Porsche. Yes.
Yep, definitely. So I just thought I'd better throw that in. And I someone said that it's by a French startup company, and they said it will be at Goodwood, I believe.
I have heard tell of that. Yes, I'm not sure the pronunciation of the company behind it.
No, not. Well, we're being French. That's not going to be Nardon, is it?
It's not going to be Narden. No, or
any of that.
Nardon.
Very good.
I don't know.
It's best if we leave it. You'll find it on the internet. Search for resto modded Porsche 928.
Yeah, go and search for Narden.
Do spell it very carefully because you could go down a dirty bit of the internet there.
Yeah, you won't find Porsches. No.
Right. Oh God, drag it up from the gutter. Right. Right. What you got for us next?
What have I got for us next? Yes. I wouldn't normally mention this because this is not
right.
This is something that we might discuss, but we wouldn't necessarily discuss it on podcast because you might think, well, it's not a particularly car-related matter. But it was, probably still is, Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference this week.
Oh, yeah.
Which is where they showcase the latest and greatest from Apple in terms of software. Doesn't tend to be hardware. And they get lots of developers at their headquarters. It's a big thing. Now, as I say, I wouldn't normally mention that because it's not really the sort of thing we normally discuss.
No, that's close to our day jobs. We don't do that.
That's a bit close to our day jobs, yes, absolutely. But they did announce the new version of CarPlay. I don't know if you've seen any details of this.
I've not. That completely passed me by. I have been keeping up with the conference stuff, but that I managed to gloss over that entirely.
So there's a new version of CarPlay, and it goes beyond what CarPlay has done at this point. Up to this point, it's kind of been infotainment.
That's right.
And you hook in your phone and you get a screen and you can operate
Yep.
all the apps on your phone. Well, this new version can be used as a complete operating system for the car. It can take over all the car's screens, including the instrumentation. The whole
Wow.
car can operate on CarPlay.
That's interesting.
It's,
How
it
do
is,
manufacturers feel about this?
well, don't know yet, of course. They claimed that they have a number of manufacturers on board, one of which was BMW.
I am going to have a little wild stab and say one of them won't be Tesla.
No. I mean, CarPlay, Android Auto and CarPlay have never worked. Tesla. They do their own thing with all of it. It's their own operating system, written in-house. They kind of, having owned a Tesla, and I've heard this from other people and seen this in reviews and things, when you first learn that it doesn't have Android Auto, it doesn't have CarPlay, and you think, oh, that's a shame. But actually, when you've lived with it, the kind of connectivity and the apps that you get with it are so good, you kind of don't need it. You don't really miss it because it uses Google Mapping anyway, which obviously would be the same.
Yeah.
You get Spotify, which I'm not a huge fan. But because the Bluetooth connectivity phone is so good, it works every time without fail, you kind of don't need it. So you sort of get away with that, and everything else in the works so well that you don't really. I never felt it was something I was missing, particularly in mine. But no, I can't see a tie-up there. But it does mean that you could buy, a BMW, a Jaguar, and the whole car runs on an Apple operating system, which I think is interesting and opens up all kinds of possibilities.
Yeah, that is interesting because
We've not had anything like that before.
No, this is new territory.
It is. Why I thought it was worth mentioning.
Well, that is worth mentioning, and I think that would work quite well actually. Because I mean, people have a lot of gripes about Apple and go, yeah, it's a bit closed off, it's a bit smug, which is,
Which it is.
all
You can't debate
all
that.
true, all true. But on the other hand, it does work as well.
Yeah, they kind of justify it, don't they? By if it was all smug and closed off, the way it is, and it was a bit crap, then that would be one thing. But it's not. That's the problem. It actually all works really well.
That's it. I mean, I have had Android stuff, and some of it is flawless, and some of it is a pain in the ass.
Having attempted some development work for Android, it is a lot more faff and a lot harder to get things working on Android than it is on iOS.
Interesting.
A lot harder. But it's what they're doing with CarPlay, I think, is interesting. If you think of it in terms of what they did to the mobile phone network, where pre-iPhone, what was on your phone was controlled by the network.
Yeah.
Apple came along, third-party operating system. You choose what goes on your phone. You've got this huge app store. If they're going to introduce that into cars, again, freeing up, it's the same thing. Pre this, the software that runs in your car is dictated by the car manufacturer. This could really open things up.
And I like that because you think, well, it frees up the manufacturers to concentrate on the car rather than the gubbins.
Yes. And I think a lot of manufacturers have struggled with the software. Not Tesla, because Tesla are, for all intents and purposes, really a software company that happens to make cars. Whereas the likes of Jaguar and Mercedes and BMW, I think, have, and certainly Volkswagen, they continue to struggle with the software side of it. Because they've never had to do it before.
That's it. I mean, if all they need to provide is a physical interface for the device and some half decent hardware behind the scenes to run it, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's right. If
Yeah.
even the car's instrumentation is run
Mm.
through CarPlay,
That's it. Yeah. If you're just providing some LED screens or whatever they are, then yeah, you're well away.
I've not seen this get a huge amount of press outside the sort of tech world.
I think it's a bit. I mean, it's almost a throwaway bit of news because people
Yeah,
don't quite understand the significance, I would say.
exactly that. And I think actually this is hugely significant, or could be.
Mm,
And I don't think people realise that yet.
mm.
That this could transform your interface with your car in the same way that the iPhone transformed the phone network.
Yeah, we could be at the sort of the ground zero point here, couldn't we? Where
Yeah,
it's
I think
about
that
to kick off, isn't it?
I think that could be hugely significant. And I haven't heard any whisperings that Google are doing anything like that with Android Auto. They might be. They might be now.
I was going to say, there's definitely going to be a conversation now if there wasn't one before.
Exactly. Why didn't we think of that?
Bollocks! Come on, chop chop.
But yes, as you identify, I think there's one manufacturer that won't take part in any of that because they have their own operating system and won't want to be involved with anybody else's. Yes.
Well, that's fair, but it's one of those things. Though, if it gets to the point where Apple are going, well, we're showing you up now, then conversations might need to happen.
Conversations might need to happen. The relationship between Apple and Tesla is tetchy at best.
Yeah, some awkwardness there, and we've had a gibber about that before, haven't we?
We've touched on that before, yeah. And we'll do that again, but yeah, I think the new CarPlay, I think, is worth watching. That could be a big thing in a minute.
Yep, I'll have that. That's
Yeah.
I'm all for that. I don't want the first version. I'll be honest.
No.
Can I have version 2, please?
We'll wait a bit on that.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah, I think that could be really interesting.
Yeah. Because I mean, even CarPlay now, I don't have a car with it, but I've driven cars that have it, and it is bloody good. It just works.
It does just work, doesn't it? Yeah, it picks up your phone and you're just away, aren't you? But there has been an argument for a while, and Johnny Smith has talked about this, that the car doesn't really need all that in it. Why can't you get in it and just dock your phone, and your phone runs the car's systems?
It's true. The car doesn't need that. The phone is more powerful than the car in that particular area.
Why does the car need its own front end computer like that? Just get in, dock your phone, and then the screens come alive with everything that your phone's got. And I think that's where this is going. I think that's where CarPlay is going, that the iPhone will become the sort of central brain of your interface with the car.
It makes sense. I mean, I do hope that Mr. Smith is getting his cut for this.
Yeah, you better write to Tim Cook about that.
Yeah, get right on that. I'm sure he'll be very obliging.
Oh yeah. Oh, they'll slot him right in there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. They'll be sponsoring Late Break Show soon, won't they?
Oh, I'd be all over that. Yeah. I imagine Tim Cook's a Late Break Show subscriber. I mean, he's bound to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, who doesn't love someone trying to shoehorn Honda Type R engines into Allegros?
Into an Austin Allegro, yeah.
Well, it's well up for a bit of that, but yeah. Trying to envisage Tim Cook watching that.
Doing that. Yeah, no, yeah, maybe not.
Do we know what he drives?
That's a very good question. I know what Steve Jobs used.
Yeah, Jobs used to be all about the Mercedes, didn't he?
Mercedes, yeah.
He was the SLs mostly, wasn't it?
SLs, he had those for years, yeah. And he famously used to swap it certainly every year, if not
maybe even
frequently.
6 months, I think it was.
6 months, so that he never used to have a license plate.
That was it, yeah.
Because in California, you can drive it for a certain period of time without a license plate. whilst the car is being registered. I mean, it's supposed to be like a couple of weeks. He used to stretch it to the limit of the and then swap the car so that he could keep driving it with no plate.
Which is interesting because you go, well, I've got the anonymity. You go, well, you are the only one driving around without a plate, and we all know you drive Mercedes. So that when you see it, you go, well, there's Steve Jobs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite. No plate is almost worse than a personalised plate. Yes.
Right. Hang on. I'm going to have a quick.
I've just checked it out. Tim Cook drives a BMW 5 Series.
Great. Oh, yeah. I've Googled it as well. Apparently, it's rumoured that he's got a Boxster as well.
It's rumoured he's got a Boxster, yeah. But, yeah. That's disappointing.
I'll be honest, that is bloody boring, isn't it?
Yeah, really boring.
Can you not do better?
He's worth $1.5 billion and he drives a 5 Series. You see, that's the problem. No imagination.
You think that's it?
That's the problem. And you could argue that's the problem with Apple today. But anyway.
But do you think that's along the lines of Steve Jobs always wore the same thing because he said, I don't have to think about it? Tim Cook drives a BMW 5 Series because he doesn't have to think about it.
Yeah, but no, I don't think that's the same thing because
I'm genuinely surprised it's not electric.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be electric. I was expecting it to be a Taycan, to be honest.
And mind you, I'm having a wild guess there, but I would assume that's Bill Gates' vehicle of choice because he is a Porsche man.
Gates has a Taycan, yes, definitely, because he made a big stink that he wasn't buying a Model S. But then there's issues again with him and Musk, isn't there? And
all the big boys don't get on well together.
They do not get on. But then, if Gates has been short selling Tesla stock, which is what's rumored, then it can.
There's rumors and there's the nonsense, and they're all rich, and it is just a willy waving contest.
It is a bit, it is a bit. However, that is very disappointing. I have to say.
That is just boring. That really is.
Yes, I was going to make the point that I don't think it's the same as Jobs. Yes, he wore the same outfit every day, so he didn't have to think about it. But that outfit was chosen very carefully, and they were, it was Levi jeans, and it was very specific brands.
It was. Yeah, you are correct.
Whereas the 5 Series is just kind of the no-brain choice, isn't it?
Yeah. No imagination. You were right first time.
Yeah, it's plain sponge cake. It's what's going on there. That's just boring, I'm afraid.
Yep. No. Fully agree on that.
More points if he does have a Boxster, but that, as you said, is only rumoured.
That is only rumoured, it sounds like Bill Gates is the one who's got it right at this point. So,
Bill Gates has been a Porsche man for a very long time.
He's a car man in general, isn't he?
A little bit, a little bit. But yes, I believe he has a Taycan, which is a much more interesting choice.
Yeah. He's done well there.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.